Hey, Ethan, I saw your question. Number one, your reasoning or your reason is incorrect. You have SSA, and SSA is not one of our five shortcuts to prove triangles are congruent. So let's go through this one. Angle R is congruent to angle U, so we make arc marks. Then it says segment ST bisects angle RSU, which is this angle up here, which is cut in half. I'm going to choose a different color here. Green. And so this angle right there, oops, let's try to make that okay. It slipped. Good. Okay, and then there's one more thing that we know, is that the triangle on the left and triangle on the right share this side. And so by the reflexive property, that segment is congruent. And so if you look at this, we have two angles and a side. Okay, well, there's two up here that have two angles and a side. The difference between ASA and AAS is ASA has the side included. Is this side, look at the triangle on the left now, is this side included between this angle here and this angle down here? And the answer would be no. And if you look at my cursor, notice my cursor is going right along this line. This is the included side, but it's not marked. How about the triangle on the right? Is this side included between this angle and this angle? Did you see that? How I went down the same side? And the answer is it's not. So if you have two angles in a side and the side's not included, that's ASA. So my reason for this one is ASA. Uh-oh, you're not going to like this. ASA. That looks like a first grader wrote it, didn't it? I'm sure there's a text box tool I can be using right now. But I wanted to get this back to you. So ASA. And then my vertices, because you got to get the corresponding vertices in the proper order in a congruency statement. What that is saying is whatever R corresponds to in the other triangle on the right has to come first. So R has one arc mark, right? So does U. So U has to come first. U. S has the green double arc mark, so S has to come second. And then T should come last. T comes last here, T comes last here, because they correspond. So UST by ASA. So there's the answer to that question. I'll pause for just a second. If you need to take a picture of it, go ahead and do so. But I do not believe that there's any SSS or SAS's on there. You have to go by the information that is given to you. Okay, so I'm going to close this off and see if I can go to the next one, problem 2. And there's problem 2. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more. If you want to see more, just ask and I will show you more. Okay, it says RM is perpendicular to LP. So I can make this symbol here. That's a right angle symbol, by the way. That's a much nicer looking one. RL is congruent to RP. Oops, that's supposed to be a tick mark there. All right, good enough. And I'm going to pick a different color for the next one. And then what else do we know? Well, the same thing as the last one. We know that RM for the triangle on the left is congruent to RM for the triangle on the right. Okay? And so then there we have our congruencies. Now, it says HL is a possibility. HL is called the hypotenuse leg, which only works for right triangles. And these are right triangles, correct? All right, well, do I have the hypotenuses congruent? The hypotenuses are opposite the right angle, and yes, I do. Hypotenuses are congruent. Do I have a leg for both triangles congruent? This side that's marked with blue tick marks for the triangle on the left is congruent to this one for the triangle on the right by the reflexive property. So I have everything that I need for the hypotenuse leg, a right triangle, congruent hypotenuses, and congruent legs. So HL is my congruency reason. And now I got to make sure I get the correspondences right. R comes first over here. What do you think corresponds to R in the other triangle? Well, that's the skinny angle over here. It would only make sense to me if it corresponds to that skinny angle over there. So I'm going to write R. Okay. M comes second. M's the right angle, so the right angles have to correspond. So here comes my attempt at an M. Good enough. And then L comes last. That corresponds to P. So P has to come last. And there it is. So there's the first two. I think you'll find that the only solutions on this assignment are ASA, AAS, HL, or there's a possibility you could get no congruence, that you don't have enough information. So keep those questions coming so that we can make it make sense to you. I hope this helps a little bit. Don't hesitate to give me some follow-up questions, because we all know that sometimes things aren't always clear, even though we both think that they're clear. So let me know. Hope you have a good day.